Kenya shakes after the Siaya Governor James Orengo receives bad evening news. Welcome to Kenyans Media, where we give you news updates and also we talk and analyze politics. If you are new here, consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content. Now, the Orange Democratic Movement ODM has publicly rejected claims by the Siaya Governor James Orengo that he personally initiated a landmark legal case on political party funding, setting off a sharp exchange that reveals growing internal tensions within the party. The disagreement centers on a long-running legal battle involving billions of shillings owed to political parties, and at the heart of its case, linked to funds managed through the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. Governor James Orengo had stated that he was responsible for filing the case that led to the determination of approximately 12 billion shillings owed to ODM. He maintained that the outcome of that case exists because of the legal action he initiated. And according to his statement, he said that, and I'll quote, "It is a matter of public record that I personally initiated the legal proceedings on behalf of the ODM to determine the funds owed to the party by the government. The 12 billion shillings figure exists today only because of the ruling in the case I filed. It is ironical to see the Linda Tumbo group now demanding these funds from the president without acknowledging the legal groundwork I laid, choosing instead to target me with personal attacks." That is a message written by James Orengo on his social media accounts. And those remarks followed comments made by ODM chairperson Gladys Wanga during a party retreat held in Mombasa. The governor's response was presented as a clarification of his role in the case, but within hours, ODM issued a formal statement rejecting that account. The party said the claim that the case was personally initiated by Governor James Orengo is not accurate. According to ODM, the decision to file the case was made collectively, and the party stated that its National Executive Committee formally resolved to pursue the legal action on behalf of the party. And this, it said, was the starting point of the case. So ODM explained that Governor Orengo was later brought in to support the process, and the party described his role at the time as that of a senior legal mind offering services without charge. It stated that the understanding then was that the work would be done on a pro bono basis, but the party says that arrangement did not hold. According to ODM, the situation changed when a different law firm became involved, and the party claims that instead of handling the case through his own firm, Governor Orengo introduced the law firm of Julie Soweto. So ODM says that decision altered the nature of the engagement. What had initially been described as voluntary legal support, the party argues, became a contractual relationship. That shift, according to the party, later resulted in financial demands, and the case itself progressed through the courts. ODM confirms that it won at the High Court in 2016. It also secured a victory at the Court of Appeal in 2018, and these rulings formed the basis for the claim that billions of shillings were owed to the party. But after those victories, ODM says the law firm involved demanded payment for legal services, and the party reports that it paid 40 million shillings to the firm associated with Julie Soweto. So ODM describes the demand for payment as unexpected, and it says the request surprised the key figures within the party at the time. Among those mentioned is the late party leader Raila Odinga, and the party further claims that records exist showing payments made to Governor Orengo and his associates. It points to what it calls a clear documentary trail, and the issue has since evolved into a separate legal dispute. ODM says it is currently facing a claim exceeding 350 million shillings, and this claim, according to the party, has been filed in the High Court. It relates to legal fees arising from the same case. The dispute over payments now adds another layer to an already complex situation. ODM has also raised concerns about professional conduct. The party points to a standards expected of senior legal practitioners. It states that issues of confidentiality and professional ethics should be observed. At the same time, it maintains that there should be acknowledgement of payments already made. The exchange between the two sides highlights a broader issue, and it reveals growing divisions within ODM. In recent weeks, the party has experienced visible internal disagreements. Different groups within the party have taken opposing positions on key matters, and some factions have been linked to movements pushing for access to party funds, and others have raised concerns about leadership and direction. Governor James Orengo had earlier criticized a section of ODM members associated with what he described as a faction demanding the funds. He questioned the position, noting that they were seeking the same funds tied to the legal case while also criticizing his role. That criticism appears to have deepened the divide. What is emerging is a contest over credit, responsibility, and accountability. And the dispute is not only about who filed a case, it is also about how the party manages its internal processes and how it handles the outcomes of major legal battles. For ODM supporters, the developments may raise concerns about unity, and the party has long presented itself as a broad coalition, a movement built on diversity of views and strong internal debate. But the current situation shows that disagreements are now playing out in public. This can affect how the party is perceived. It can also influence its ability to present a united front. Amid the growing tensions, calls for unity have begun to emerge, and Oburu Odinga has urged members to focus on the bigger picture. He has emphasized the importance of cohesion within the party. He pointed to the need for members to respect differences while maintaining a shared purpose. His message reflects concern about the direction of the internal debate. It also highlights the stakes involved. Political parties rely on unity to function effectively, and internal disputes, when unresolved, can weaken structures and also slow decision-making. At the same time, the situation illustrates how legal matters can intersect within or rather with political dynamics, and the court cases involving party funding are not just legal issues, they also carry political significance. They can shape how resources are distributed and how influence is exercised within a party. In this case, the question of who initiated the legal action has become a central point of contention, and ODM insists the process was institutional. Governor Orengo maintains that his role was key, and the difference in these positions has now been formally stated, and it has triggered a wider conversation within the party. And as the legal dispute over fees continues in court, the political conversation is also evolving, and both processes are likely to take time, and both will continue to attract attention. And for now, ODM's position is clear. It stands by its account of how the case began, and it maintains that the decision was made collectively. Governor Orengo's position is also clear. He maintains that his role is initiating the case, and is a matter of record. Between these two positions lies a dispute that goes beyond legal facts. It touches on trust, recognition, and also internal cohesion. And as events continue to unfold, the impact will not only be felt within ODM, it will also be watched closely across the political landscape, and because what happens inside major political parties often shapes the wider national conversation. For now, the case over billions have become more than a legal matter. It is a test of unity, memory, and also accountability within a party navigating its own internal storm. That is all for now from Kenyans Media, where we bring you news updates as they break. And kindly, if you are new here, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.